Okay, I'm Stephanie and I'm going to teach you how easy it is to fly a DJI Phantom drone today. First, you want to start by pressing this button on the back once and then hold it. So once and then hold. And that turns on the machine. And then you want to press on the remote, you want to turn this on so that it's glowing. And then these lights are basically, first you want to turn on your GPS and your home lock, and GPS is just so that if it gets lost it can find home again, and home lock is if you are not controlling it in any way, it just hovers so that it's not going out of control or anything. Green means it's GPS locked. If it was yellow, then it wasn't connected to GPS, and here if they were red, that would mean the battery is low. So to turn the propellers on, you want to bring the two levers in and or down and in together, and then let go. And so right now, it's just the motor's on. And to bring it up, you want to. Okay, so for each lever, there's ascend, descend, right and left, forward, reverse, right and left. So this is once it's in the air. This controls it in the air, and this is to make it go up and down. So I'm going to push this lever really fast all the way up and hold it, otherwise it kind of gets off balance. Left here you have ascend and descend, right and left, and this brings the drone up and down. And on the right you have forward, reverse, right and left, and this is when the drone's already in the air, it controls where it goes. And so when you want to get the drone from the ground up into the air, you press the lever, this lever all the way up completely and hold it, otherwise the drone will be off balance when you're bringing it up. So you want to press it and bring it all the way up and hold it, and then now you can just it's up in the air. Now you can control it and you can bring it down. Now that it's in the air, you can use that left trigger to make it go up with ascend and down with descend. Okay, so now that it's also in the air, you use the right lever and you can go right. Hold on, yeah, so red lights mean that that's the forward position, and green lights mean that's the back position. So if you push the drone and you use the right lever to go forward, it's going to move forward, just like that. And if you use the right lever to go reverse, you can pull backwards and it goes reverse. And then you can also take it right, and you can also take it left. It's very easy. It's basically doing it all on its own. So to turn on the drone, you hold this button and you press it once and then you hold it. And now it's on. And then you turn on the remote. And then you make sure your GPS and your home lock are on. And then to turn it on, you pull these levers down and in together and let go. And then to bring it up, you just hold this and you push it up fast and you hold it. Now it's up there. And like I said, you can bring it to the right. You can bring it to the left, can bring it forward. And you can bring it in reverse. Okay, so for the next part, I am going to teach you how to land. Very simple. So I'm just gonna hold descend down nice and steady. And once it gets straight or right on the ground, I'm gonna pull these two levers down at the same time and hold them until it turns off. So, as I said, slowly bring it down, nice and steady. Nice and steady, right above the ground. And then once it touches, hold. And then it turns off. Yeah. Oh, and then you want to turn off the remote. And then to turn off the machine, you do the same thing. You press it once and then hold. And then it turns off. Yep. So when your drone is in the air and you're ready to land it on the ground, you use the descend button and you slowly bring it down. You don't want to bring it down too fast because you don't want to break your drone. So descend it nice and slow till it's like right above the ground. And as soon as you land, you're going to want to bring these down at the same time so they're both in the middle and hold them together, because if you have them or if you like bring them in or out in any way, the propellers aren't going to turn off. So you need to have them down in the middle together, and then it will turn off. Battery on the DJI Phantom drone, you just squeeze and pull out, and then you have your other one, and make sure it's oriented in the correct way, and then you just click it in. Make sure it clicks. Yes. And then turning it on, push once and hold. And now it's on. Then turn on your remote. And we are ready to fly. Oh, and then you want to turn off the remote, and then to turn off the machine, you do the same thing. You press it once, and then hold, and then turn it off. Okay, so as I said, the drones have GPS so that if you ever lose them, you can send them back home. The way you do this is if you lost your drone and you had it on GPS, you just turn the remote off and it will come back home. It's important that when you turned on the drone, the GPS was located where you flew the drone off from, because otherwise it will just fly home to the last place it was connected to GPS. So if you connected it to GPS from a different location, it's going to fly to that location instead of where you're at now. So you always want to make sure that the GPS green lights are green and not yellow when you turn the drone on and start flying. So, yeah, good. Now you're a pro at flying the drone.